did we get here? How did we get here? What in the Alice in Wonderland nightmares is going on right now?
All I can say is how fucking dare you?
If you voted for that man, if you voted for anybody other than Kamala and you live in one of the states that it was, close, or if you didn't vote, fuck you.
The best is yet to come.
I chose family. I chose women. I chose America. I love you.
How the fuck is this still happening? All I've ever known politically is hatred.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this.
It's the biggest red wave I've seen since Ronald Reagan's 49-state victory.
There were appeals to racism in this campaign, and there is racial bias in this country, and there is sexism in this country.
I can't help but wonder if the American people have given up on democracy.
I hear what you're saying, and I do see it differently because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight.
If she were a 6'4" white man from Arkansas or from, Florida, do you think she would be losing by that much?
I think that we've got to be honest. Among Hispanic men and black men, there's a lot of misogyny.
There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple months.
It's not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy.
There's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men. Mm-hmm. It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
It's misogyny from black men.
And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy.
Things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States.
To all the pollsters, the election pollsters, blow me. I don't ever want to from you again, ever.
People who said that he was a Hitler lover weren't Democrats, they were Republicans. People who said that he was a fascist weren't Democrats, they were Republicans who worked for him.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on, what day is it? Wednesday? I've been traveling so much. I have no idea what the hell's going on. But there's so many memes that it's just been so good to watch all of it. So hello, everyone. Good to see all of you. Now, memes are dominating the internet as memes should. This is how a proper internet should work. It should be heavily based on memes and memes alone, and that is the best part of the day right now. Harley Dave, Happy Jessica 199. That is another Geeks and Gamers meme. And listen, outside of MAGA, I think Geeks and Gamers has the best memes and the best meme lore. And I don't think it's even close. In fact, No More Beardos right here. Another meme. Kind of a reality slash meme, but nonetheless, another meme. Thank you, Harley Dave. Kevin Spears says Al Sharpton is the head house. What are you saying there? I don't even know what the hell you're saying there. We got Slain Hope with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Slain Hope with 5 gifties. Benjamin says Pete did what Trump couldn't do. No more beardos. Strongest link for $20 says semi-proper 199. I'm a federal corrections officer and I'm affected by this shutdown. My biggest worry right now is feeding my family if this lasts longer than 2 weeks. And that I do sympathize, because like I said, when I talked about, having a, a shutdown, I know it affects good people out there. I'm not missed upon that opportunity. And I am sympathetic to that. Unfortunately, it's just that these Democrats are just so disgusting in the way that they're going about it. And, I think that in the long run, there's going to be more good come from this than bad, but I am sympathetic to that as well. Thank you, sir, for the support, and hopefully everything gets worked out for you. Peter says, hail the 199 and Supreme IDOT hail. Thank you. Ministry of Wrong Things says, I can't believe the only one to notice. I'm the only one to notice, but there's a complete vibe shift right now with JD and Trump. The confidence level is so high. They know something we don't, that I think they're cooking something good. Honestly, I agree completely with what you're saying. There is definitely a vibe shift right now. JD and Trump are kind of operating on another level. It's pretty crazy right now to witness it. And it seems like people are responding to that. But I mean, like, look at this. Hakeem Jeffries, Gavin Newsom, they don't get it. They don't get it. This is Hakeem Jeffries right here. JD Vance thinks we will surrender to Republican efforts to gut healthcare because of a sombrero meme. Not happening, bro. I need you to understand. Hakeem Jeffries, the man that's been crying nonstop, uploaded this video. This right here.
The president's been posting some images of Leader Jeffries and Senator Schumer. I saw recently. You've said that you're interested in good faith negotiations with these leaders, but what message does that send? Is it helpful to post pictures of Leader Jeffries in a sombrero if you're trying to have good faith talks with him?
Oh, I think it's funny. The president's joking, and we're having a good time. You can negotiate in good faith while also poking a little bit of fun at some of the absurdities of the Democrats' positions, and even poking some fun at the absurdity of the Democrats themselves. I mean, I'll tell Hakeem Jeffries right now, I make this solemn promise to you that if you help us reopen the government, the sombrero memes will stop.
The president's been posting some images.
He's using the J. He doesn't even understand how to use it. He doesn't even understand it. It's completely painful, dude. It's a MAGA meme. We love this meme. What is wrong? How are they this stupid? Now you have Gavin Newsom tweeting this out. What?
If you're flying today, I hope, of course, you arrive safely and on time, but you may not arrive on time because the TSA and the air traffic controllers are not getting paid today. Our military is not getting paid today, starting today. And obviously, the longer this drags on, the worse that it is for the American people. If you're flying.
This isn't funny. This is cringe. And then Libs of TikTok says, this is Newsom in 2024 manipulating a voice in an ad like this one should be illegal. I'll be signing a bill in a matter of weeks to make sure it is. They don't get it. They don't get it. Now all the MAGA memers are here. Say please, libtard. Thank you for the raid, RK Outpost. Hail Ryan. They don't understand. I mean, this is a MAGA meme right here. It's so good. It's so good. But they don't get it. And they're never going to. They can keep trying. Thank you for the raid. Hail RK Outpost. I appreciate it. Like I posted this. So Gavin Newsom post this. And I guess he's trying to own JD Vance because of this about Pete Hegseth and the no beards. So Gavin Newsom posts this.
A red wine.
you think this hurts? This doesn't hurt. So I responded with this one. It's these guys are completely out of their, like, they have no idea what they're getting involved in right now. They have zero. So this goes back to what I responded to earlier with, this is the one that the Governor Newsom press, account had, this one, which bored the living hell out of all of us.
Desires. Few shape both. The Chesterfield couch is one of them. Commissioned by Lord Philip Stanhope, the 4th Earl of Chesterfield.
You know how Democrats, they used to, they would always put those memes together and it was just like a wall of text and you're like, you don't understand memes. They've now done this in video format. They've done it in video form where they take a brilliant meme that a right-winger has made and then it's essentially what the Democrats are doing to memes is what they did to Hollywood. They essentially can't create anything. So what they do is they take other creations and then they make them terrible. That's what they're doing with the JD Vance meme right now. The problem is the MAGA memers aren't going to allow you to destroy it. But that's what they did to Star Wars. That's what they're doing to the JD Vance meme. This is what the left does. They take something that someone else creates and then they try and co-opt it and they just destroy it. That's what they're doing right now. So I responded to this with an actual awesome MAGA meme. Here you have it.
Yo, it's JD Advanced.
JD Advanced is so good, by the way. JD Advanced.
Me got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big cheer. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, wear tie act tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Yeah. Me fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. Keep America simple, only 2 gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. So many gender for my agenda. Went for the bender.
Too many gender for my agenda. What a line! What a line! Are you kidding me? How good is that line?
Thanks to my face. So many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo defender. Might take Panama just like Nana. Might take Gaza, pop down a plaza. With this my majesty.
JD Advanced. So yeah, the Democrats are going to continue to do this and we're going to continue to laugh. Them trying, and here's what Trump War Room responded with: don't make us post another sombrero meme, Hakeem. And he could continue to pretend that it's not bothering him now, but we've already seen it. We know that you're triggered by it right here. We know you're mad.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault.
So there's more. There's more. Lord Voldemort says Israel and the Jews want this shutdown to stop the Trump agenda. Wyoming Sasquatch says at the start you should say happy Jessica to see you. JRG Project says the left can't meme. No, they can't. Little Jim's Halo says 154,000 deep state workers are gone. Let's go. Harley Dave says, Jeremy, if you bring to market the fat JD beach ball, you will fund your goals. You know, you're not wrong. Miniature Wrong Thing says, JD to Dims, the memes will continue until morale improves. Harley Dave says, MAGA memes are the only ones your girlfriend told you not to worry about. You're damn right. MAGA memes are unstoppable. River Miles says 3 truths. JD 80 advanced or 80 JD AHD advanced, Jeremy Prime, Beardo fat. River Miles, you messed me up on that one. You know what? I earned it once again. I earned it once again. Here we go.
I know words. I have the best words. But there's no better word than stupid.
There we have it. I earned that one. Thank you, River Miles, for the 20. Harley Dave says the triggering will continue until freedom improves. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's see. John for 20 says the libs memes suck because they have no sense of humor. Correct. This is what happened to their comedy. If we can't laugh at ourselves, then who can we laugh at? I think President Trump, what is that? Was freaking hilarious. Oh, I can barely see this. Marachis, is that how you say it? Was freaking hilarious. Thank you for the 20. And this is the whole point. This is why Geeks and Gamers is so good, is we laugh at ourselves all day long. Like I'm an idiot. Beardo's and Ryan's not really an idiot because Ryan is actually intelligent, but he's still like, you know, he's just evil and angry at everything. You know what I mean? So, but that's why like we don't take ourselves too seriously ever. And there's a lot of streamers out there that do take themselves seriously. We don't. That's just not what we do. We're never going to. Harley Day for 50 says, sorry, chat. Jeremy's mom took Tylenol. This is true. Thank you, Harley Day, for the $50 super chat. Clutch City Fan 199 says, watching all these memes makes me happy to be on the right side. Happy Jessica. Hail the 199. Jeremy still gay. Bird Ups is trying too hard. The Gavin Newsom story. That is true. Ash Core says, meme them till they cry, then meme them crying. Based guy. Absolutely. Zero says, the Presbyterians and Sacred Order of the Moose Lodge 33 want the shutdown to stop the Trump agenda. Hashtag no more beardos. Hashtag no one left behind. Jimmy Hoop says, Nick Fuentes has a great what? I'll pass. MAGA Mike says, seriously, how are they losing this badly? It's unbelievable. And look, it gets worse because Hakeem Jeffries, Timu Obama, went on with, was it Jake Tapper, I think? And it didn't go well. So right here, Hakeem Jeffries says President Trump's videos of him in a sombrero are unhinged. Well, I thought you were not offended by it, yet here we are again.
So you said erratic, and I believe you used the word unhinged the other day.
I did.
Are you trying to draw a line between President Trump's acuity, his mental state, and what's going on here with the shutdown?
No. I'm actually referring to some of his social media posts, which didn't seem to make a lot of sense.
The sombrero and the mustache?
Correct. Well, it would seem to me that as the president of the United States, on the brink of a government shutdown, if you actually wanted to bring everyone together to try to get to a resolution in a common sense, bipartisan way, that's not the type of behavior that we would see.
Hakeem Jeffries, I would like to remind you of something. And I want to be very clear with what I want to remind you of. First of all, Hakeem Jeffries, you can go to hell because we are 3 weeks removed from a guy who just simply wanted to have conversations, and you decided to assassinate him in front of 3,000 college students. So go to hell with your, we need to bring everybody together. Fuck you. You shot this man, and you continued to make fun of him after he was murdered in front of the world. He was assassinated in front of the world 3 weeks ago today. And you want to talk about bringing people together. So no, go straight to hell with that nonsense. Nobody is listening to your garbage anymore. No one is listening to your excuses anymore. No one is listening to your victim mentality anymore. Charlie Kirk is dead. Charlie Kirk wanted to have conversations. Charlie Kirk wanted to understand your perspective, and he wanted you to understand his perspective. And what did he get for that? He got an assassination. And not only did he get assassinated, he got leftists celebrating it, cheering about it, uploading videos of themselves celebrating the assassination of a man who wanted to have a conversation. So every time that the Democrats bring that up, I will be happy to remind them of what they did to Charlie Kirk. Hakeem Jeffries, no one feels sorry for you, and no one cares about your victim bullshit. Period. End of discussion. Nobody. Tired of this crap. Tired of these clowns. And yes, they are, as MAGA Mike said in the super chat, how are they losing this badly? It's next level. It really is. Oh no. Wait a minute. The White House tweeted, everyday Democrats keep the government shut down. The sombrero gets 10 times bigger. This is from the official White House Twitter account. Everyday Democrats keep the government shut down. The sombrero gets 10 times bigger. Holy crap.
Way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too. Way to sugar.
Oh my God. I love it so much. This is what we voted for, says Harley Dave. Absolutely. MAGA Mike says they should be easily ahead in the midterms right now, but they're just trying and failing to emulate Trump's level 100 trolling and MAGA memers. Like, what is even going to happen? I know. It's unbelievable that they have fallen into this trap. Kevin says they can't meme because they have to be careful and not offend or upset people. Probably have 200 things that they have to check off first. You just nailed it right there. You nailed it. Mark Roy says the left can't meme. MAGA Mike says it's blue-haired rookies versus the meme veterans. Absolutely. Ministry of Wrong Thinks says the best thing about the Vance memes is they transcend MAGA, let alone politics. Everyone can use them, but they all help Vance. It's literally Pepe 2.0. MAGA Mike says JD Advanced. Yeah, dude, the JD Advanced, I can't believe I haven't. JD Advanced for Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, could you, like, the JD Vance meme, JD Advanced, should be creepy, and yet it's perfect. It's a perfect meme. Like, everything about it says it should be creepy, but it's not. It's awesome. JD Vance meme. Like, if you just look at it, it's just like, it's such a weird meme, but it's so perfect. Like, look at this. Look at all these Vance memes. They're horrific in reality. They're horrific, but like, if you understand the lore, but even if you don't understand the lore, it still just works. They're amazing. It's so good. Like, let me see. Like, this one's crazy. This one's crazy. It's so good. And then if you really want to understand the Democrats, I I can explain the Democrats. So here we go, right here. Democrats from the Dilly meme team.
Usually, the mentally retarded are divided into classifications: the educable, the trainable, and the custodial. Obviously, we can only assess the abilities or potential of the mentally retarded on an individual basis. Seemingly random motions and movements are fairly common among the custodial retarded, and they may take many forms. Sometimes there are motions which seem to have no meaning whatever and may even cause unintentional self-inflicted injuries. The vast majority of the mentally retarded are intelligent enough that they can be taught a great many things. However, there's a wide range of ability even among those considered educable. And their ability to learn obviously varies according to their level of intelligence. Equally important is a stimulating environment. However, we must remember to set realistic standards that are not too high for the individual. Many of the trainable retarded can learn to take certain kinds of household responsibilities, some of which may be more complex than they are usually given credit for. It would be wrong to expect a mentally retarded person to become a master craftsman. The standards are too high. But even in the skilled trades, for example, the mentally retarded can be trained to become valuable assistants. Who are the mentally retarded? They are people. They come in both sexes and in all sizes, shapes, creeds, and colors. Wherever people live, there also live the mentally retarded.
Masterpiece from the Dilly meme team, like absolute masterpiece. That is 10 out of 10 right there. So good. And should I remind all of you what Gavin Newsom put together? Should I remind you one more time? This is the level we're dealing with. You have the Dilly meme team, just part of the MAGA memers. Okay? And then you have Gavin Newsom. What do you think is going to happen? Who's going to win that battle? Of course, we already know who's going to win that battle because here's Gavin Newsom and his meme.
I'm your host, JD Vance, and we've got a special episode for you today. Some artifacts shape nations, others shape desires, few shape both. The Chesterfield couch is one of them. Commissioned by Lord Philip Stanhope, the 4th Earl of Chesterfield. This sofa was...
It's just so bad. I can't even sit through this and watch it. Like, it's so bad. There's nothing good about this. But this is why everyday Democrats keep the government shut down. The sombrero will get 10 times bigger, and that is from the White House. Blackguard for 20 says, meme them until they cry, then make memes of them crying. The greatest quote of our time right there. The greatest quote. Boom. Perfect. MAGA Cracker Mike for 20 says, can we take a second to recognize the decision Trump made picking JD Vance after JD had even insulted him, but then seeing he was wrong and took it back? Trump holds no grudges and he sees great things in certain people. You truly, like, it is like, again, when JD Vance was first selected, I was absolutely skeptical. You know, I didn't love the idea of it because of JD Vance's past comments. I didn't really understand it because I didn't know anything about JD Vance. And so Trump's ability to look past and forgive people once they're genuine is something that we really don't give him enough credit for. But here we are, man. And Vance has turned out to be just a grand slam of a pick for VP. John says, if I go to the gulag, I want the people who make these memes with me. Absolutely Perfectly said. Mike Zero Sources, I love the JD Vance memes. Also love how you came around to JD Vance. He's the first U.S. Marine to hold the office as vice president. He's awesome, man. I'm a huge fan. Slain Hope says, Crack Amico made a diss track for the woke Saudi comics. Jameson says, what was the name of the Trump Japanese anime song link? Was it Golden Comb? I think. I know a lot of people tweeted it out. I think it was Golden Comb. Maga Mike says they've tried to start a new meme war against Trump. Yeah, and it's not going to go well. Like, do you understand who you're dealing with right now? Like, come on, man. Let me see. Harley Dave says, hey, chat, the more active you are in chat, the more likely you are to receive a random gifty, I think, but probably not true. I honestly don't know how it works. I really don't. Kevin Cron says, since it's the first of the month, what was your ranking in September super chats? Trolling is why I am glad Trump is president. Thank you, God Almighty. September super chats? I'd have to look. I haven't looked it up. I don't know where I was last month. Let's see here. United States monthly September. We were 8th in the country. We were 8th. So iShow Speed number 1. Of course, the Charlie Kirk channel was number 2. And Candace was number 5. And we were number 8. So number 8 in the United States of America right there. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. So yeah, good job. Where'd Geeks and Gamers end up? Geeks and Gamers is number 30. So 2 channels in the top 30. Not bad at all. 2 channels in the top 30 is pretty that's there. I don't think there's anybody else that's got 2 channels in the top 100. So that's pretty damn good. So we were only 4,000 away from Candace. We were only from the Crucible. We're only like 6, so we could have finished top 4, top 5. But either way, amazing results. Thank you guys for making that possible. It's insane. Let's see. I don't know how to say your whole first name, but it's brutal. Says, bro, you remember how the White House YouTube channel got ratioed and record low views throughout the Biden administration? Live video of bald eagle nesting got more views. Yeah, I'm wondering if YouTube, and thank you for that super chat. I'm wondering if YouTube is going to ever address that the Biden administration bullied them to get rid of dislikes. I'm wondering if that's ever going to happen, because this is exactly what I predicted. And I said that the Biden administration, because if you remember, every time Joe Biden would go live, the White House YouTube channel was getting ratioed to hell. It was bad. And now with them admitting that the Biden administration forced YouTube to censor people over COVID and other political topics, it's clear as day that the White House wanted these dislikes removed from public availability. And so I don't know if YouTube will address that. I hope they will. I didn't think YouTube would actually admit that they censored people over COVID and other things, but they did, so we'll take it. Z Herbs and Spices says Gavin Newsom is like that angry ex who says she's not mad, but everything she does is to try to make you jealous and notice her. It's just desperation. Agreed. River Miles says Dave Rubin called. He said if Hakeem trades that sombrero out for a smaller hat, a much smaller hat, he'll give him the old Hawk Tua and end the shutdown. John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, hey Jeremy, to be honest, while I appreciate the memes, my mind doesn't work that way and I could never have created them. Too old, I guess. Hail Unit 199, hail former retailer, Mossad agent, whale watcher. Oh, and still happy Jessica. It's always happy Jessica. Always. Thank you, John freaking Murdoch, for the love. As always. Golden Nugget says, I encourage Trump to keep trolling. If we tried that in the UK, we'd get a visit from the police. Sad but true. Richard says, have you seen the Gavin Newsom JD meme today? I did. Yeah, it's bad. The Fantastic OG says, you don't find the meme finds you. Taco Woman Sandy Ravage says, we live in the best timeline. Mark Andre Roy says, they don't understand the more memes that give us more power. 1000%. Aaron James says, is this the new CobraCast intro? Maybe. I got to go over this video real quick of, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Tim Pool on something, but, you know, hey, fair is fair. I'll roast him when he's wrong, but this is a pretty interesting topic right here. Harley Dave with 10 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Hail Harley Dave. So this video, Tim Pool's actually calling out Joe Rogan and Dana White. Really? Yes. But I agree with what Tim says here, shockingly enough.
Again, I don't say this with any derision. Dana White came out recently saying, oh, we can't have this cancel culture over Charlie Kirk's assassination. It's wrong. And I feel like something to that effect, that people are losing their jobs.
I've got it right here.
I feel like that misses the big picture. Joe Rogan has a viral clip right now where he says he's surprised that so many people celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And the reason I bring that up is, well, I've been on Joe's show several times and talked to him explicitly about this. In fact, the Twitter episode ended with me saying I was going to go live in a van down by the river to avoid the coming civil war because of what they were fomenting.
That's when you were on with Jack
Twitter.
and Vijaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The systems that they had built 10 years ago, I had warned about. So I'm surprised to see Joe is shocked by the celebration from these liberals. I'm wondering if there's actually more of a look. I'm just going to say it. I'm tired of being overly diplomatic to people when I have some critique of them, and I know there's so much that I owe Joe, but I do feel like he's saying these things because he's scared of what the left will do to him and his family, and so he's kind of walking things back and acting like, oh, I had no idea.
Well, let's play the clip then. Here's Joe Rogan, play cut 99.
Yeah, I never expected so many people would celebrate that man's murder.
That is evil. That's
bizarre. It's just bizarre. Like normal people that I think they're good people.
Yeah, and see, this is where I do agree with Tim that how have you been paying attention to all of this for the last decade and surprised by it? These people have wanted Trump dead and Trump supporters dead for 10 years. We're not surprised by it. This is who they are, and they've been showing us who they are over and over and over and over again. They every day they're talking about that they want Trump dead. Tim Walz stood on stage and said, we thought we got some good news, and that was when the whole lie about Trump, being sick and passing away was going around. Like, this is who they are.
And they genuinely think that guy was a bad guy. And I don't think they're right. And I think they were indoctrinated. And I don't agree with everything that Charlie Kirk said or did.
I don't care.
See, and this is where the whole, I don't agree with everything so-and-so said or did. We've got to get past that garbage. Like, it's a qualifier for emotionally weak people. And listen, I'm probably have said it in the past too. I've tried to stay away from saying that because I think that I don't owe you an explanation as to who I agree with or don't agree with or how much I agree with them. I don't owe you that. No one owes you that. That is you pandering to an emotionally weak person who says, you're a fan of so-and-so. Well, do you agree with everything that there is not a human being on this planet that I agree with everything that they say and do. So I don't need to qualify to say, I don't agree with everything this guy says. It's pandering to emotionally weak people that will never be satisfied anyway. If you're the type of person that needs your favorite talking head on YouTube or the internet to qualify and go, well, I don't agree with everything. What happened last time when that guy was crying about me reacting to Patrick Bet David? The wall just got 10 feet taller. Like, I'm just going to react to Patrick Bet David even more. You cry about Benny Johnson, I'll just cry. I'll just keep doing it so you'll cry more. Now, to be fair, if you complain about Tim Pool, I'm going to agree with you. But you get my point.
If he was a bad guy or not.
He's not a bad guy.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see anybody die.
Joe's called them a cult before. So I know he just said they were indoctrinated, but I saw that and I'm just kind of thinking, I don't know how you spend as many years in the cultural space as you have and find yourself surprised, but I will cut him some slack. Perhaps what he means to say is, because I've experienced a little surprise myself, middle of the road liberals who are relatively apolitical that I knew celebrating on Facebook that I was friends with. Maybe I should cut him a little bit of slack on that one. But as to the Dana White, the cancel culture stuff.
I haven't heard this.
Let's play this.
Okay, let's play cut 98.
I'm a big believer in free speech, and unfortunately, probably the most important speech to protect is hate speech.
You're not a fan of cancel culture?
No, I hate it. On both sides. It's like all this.
Now, I'm a huge fan of Dana White, and I'm glad that he. Well, first of all, I don't believe that there's no such thing as hate speech. In my opinion, there's no such thing. It doesn't exist. But I like that he's at least claiming that the thing that the left claims is hate speech, and even conservatives, to be fair, claim this hate speech. He's trying to say that, that you shouldn't be offended by that. I agree with the premise of what he's saying, but then he kind of goes into like, oh, well, people shouldn't be losing their jobs for, celebrating Charlie Kirk and all of that. And to that, I say the left made these rules and they're going to have to live by them.
Stuff that's going on with Charlie right now. These people are going out and saying stuff, and you're seeing people getting fired or kicked out of school.
You don't think they should be fired?
I think you're a disgusting human being if you're celebrating the death of another human being. But people make mistakes, and people are going to do dumb things. I don't like trying to destroy people's lives over doing something dumb.
Well, Johnny in the chat just said it. He said, this isn't cancel culture. This is accountability culture. 1000%. Cancel culture. Now, I'm a little fuzzy on the details on this, and I'm sure someone will remember this, okay? So somebody can either confirm it in the chat or whatever. Years ago, there was a NASCAR driver. All NASCAR drivers are sponsored. There was apparently a video of this NASCAR driver's dad from 20 years prior saying the N-word. The company pulled his sponsorship, not because he said anything, because his dad said something 20 years ago. That is the definition of cancel culture. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So this is accountability culture. That was IndyCar? Is that what it was? Okay. I thought it was NASCAR. I used to follow NASCAR religiously. I used to watch F1, IndyCar, all that. I'm completely checked out of NASCAR basically since Tony Stewart retired. So anyway, but it did happen. So anyway, let's continue here.
Yeah, so I just drank a Form yesterday, and I'm like, I want to like throw up after. That's his energy drink. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing. That's literally the dumbest thing. So cancel culture is when you dig up someone's like old statements and try to get them canceled.
Like when you when you say that
nowhere.
I don't think police are racist.
That someone said
or
in
just
private,
frankly, or at least if it's like something they say, like people just lost their jobs because they said like I don't think there should be riots. People lost their jobs because they said, I think riots might hurt Democrats in the elections.
How about
people lost their jobs for that?
How about Vivek Ramaswamy? He didn't put an appropriate image on Instagram, and he got a letter from his I can't remember the exact. His board wrote him a letter being like, "You weren't sufficiently angry over."
Yeah,
George Floyd.
That's not cancel culture at all. That's people saying, I don't want my have to bring my child to a doctor's office that has that doctor or has that nurse, or I don't want that person working in my HR department because you're celebrating
1000%.
someone's murder. That's totally different from cancel culture. It's not even in the same ballpark at all.
Honestly, you are correct, but I'm going to say this. I don't care. Make it cancel culture. And I'll tell you why. The line for the left, and this is to your point that you're correct on. The line for the left is you said something that disagrees with our our non-theistic religion.
Yeah.
The right has said, don't Don't push assassination culture any further. That's our line. My attitude is this. We are at a point where they celebrated the assassination of Brian Thompson, venerated this guy, the alleged assassin. Not even a year later, Charlie Kirk is killed and has come home for all of us who have been begging for it to stop. I a couple weeks ago said, I won't call for these people to be fired, but I will not defend them. And Will Chamberlain said, you're too nice. I think they should be fired.
Yeah, that's the line at the end of Batman Begins, you know? So I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. And I think that's a good attitude to have, you know? So I like that.
I think they should be canceled because a society that tolerates the veneration of assassins and assassinations is a society that has opened the door to civil war. And immediately I said, you're right.
Yeah,
that's our line.
I'm on that way.
This isn't a principle thing. This is if we want the country to be saved kind of thing, you need to draw the line somewhere.
This is my energy though. I am so on board with cancel culture. And by the way, one of the things that gave me strength in the immediate aftermath was seeing accounts like Libs of TikTok, just like calling these people out, blasting them up. These tweets are going crazy. People getting fired up. I was like, yes, because this is absurd that we would put up with this as a culture. You should be canceled. You are a disgusting, gross human being if you do that. And I don't care what happens to you at that point. I mean, obviously I don't want physical violence against them, but I think you should lose your job. If I'm an employer and I find out that my employee is doing that, good riddance.
You're canceling them back. That's the key. You're canceling someone who is celebrating the literal canceling of the man who sat in this chair right here. And if you're going to celebrate that, then yeah, you should lose your job.
It's all relative. It's all relative. Who are you? Who is your audience? And who is the company that you're working for? And what is their audience? It's all relative. Like, so if you guys remember years ago, there was a country music group, the Dixie Chicks, if you remember this. And the Dixie Chicks were massive. They were a huge country music group. They had massive hits. And there was a moment that they were overseas. I don't remember specifically where. They were overseas, and the lead singer for the Dixie Chicks essentially said something negative about George W. Bush, and I think it was pertaining to the Iraq war. Now, let's be clear. I agree with what she said. Like, I couldn't stand George W. Bush. I think George W. Bush is a horrible person and a horrible president. But you are country music musicians, and you went over to a foreign country and talked bad about the sitting president of the United States of America. The heavy majority of your audience is Christian conservative people. So you can't do that. Like, it's just, it didn't work at that point in time. Now, I guarantee you that 95% of the people that got mad at her back then would probably agree with her today. But that's what happened. It's all relative to whatever the circumstances are. Simple as that. So if you are working for a company and you create enough negativity for said company, that company can get rid of you if you don't bring enough to the table. So no, I don't feel sorry for any of these people. I really don't. So Red Mage for 50 says, for a long time, I didn't think people would cross the line of being completely soulless and vile. This is depressing to see now, since compared to living in the 90s and early 2000s, people are a lot more narcissistic now and lack common decency. Okay, so I'm going to... it's not that I disagree with you. It's that I think people were always this way. It's that we now have an opportunity to know what they're thinking because of social media, because everybody has a voice. So back in the 90s, we didn't know what everybody was saying. But I promise you, in the privacy of their own homes with their friends and family, they were all saying horrible things. They were all saying terrible things in the privacy of their own home. We just hear about it now, and it's the same thing as everything else. Social media amplifies and distorts reality in a lot of different ways. And you kind of have to understand that line. But at the same time, I'm guilty of it too, because I see it every day. The difference is when you're in dumbass and you're retarded enough to post those horrible things that you think in private to the internet, that shows a lack of, common sense. Like, you're really stupid to do that. So, like, back in the 90s, did we, we're sitting at home saying all this stupid stuff, and then did we go into go to work and just start screaming it over the PA system? No, because we're not idiots. But a lot of these idiots go on social media, record themselves saying the most horrible thing ever, and then upload it, and they get mad when people judge them. But I just think that keeping the context of, everything is amplified with social media. I think the world was always a terrible place, and there was always bad things going on. We just never heard about it. I talked about this a while back. So like when I was a kid playing with G.I. Joes and watching WWF and watching Thundercats and Silverhawks and X-Men, the animated series, my mindset was everything's awesome and everything's great. I didn't know what was going on the next street over from me, much less all over the world. Now I get constant updates on my phone of every single bad thing that's happening in the world at all times during the day. And it gives you a really distorted kind of view of everything. But if you're just in your bubble and in your world like we were as kids before social media and smartphones, you would have the same perspective now as you did then without social media. So it's all, it's all perspective. But seeing it doesn't help, and it doesn't give you faith for humanity at the same time, because the reality of it is it is out there and it is happening, and it sucks. These people are crazy. They're absolutely insane. Thank you again for those 10 gifties. Hail. Another super chat just for Charlie Kirk, who may have ushered in a decade of conservatives of running this country. RIP, brother. Absolutely. The dude who gets stoned all the time and is a big pothead, druggie, and mostly left is surprised by this. It's not shocking. Told my ex-husband that he needed to tap into his feminine side. He agreed and promptly went out, wrecked our car, and for no reason didn't speak to me that day. Jeez. Well, thank you for the 20. Well, listen, can we all agree on one thing? Women can't drive. Okay? Women can't drive. We know this, okay? This is a fact, all right? Harley says, I don't want people working for me who celebrate murder or political violence. It's about mental stability, mental weakness, and alignment with our core values, period. You're fired. Get out. 1,000%. Butterframed in Gold says, did you see the 2 N-word clip? Yep. I covered it on Main Event last night. Z Herbs and Spices says, never forget Irina. I know so much has happened since, but she must not be forgotten. Still sad it happened. I agree completely. Steel Leg of History says, can you give Roland the Wretched? This is his channel names. He's a good friend and helped me when I needed it. Be blessed, Jeremy and chat. Roland the Wretched is a horrible person, and I never want his name spoken here ever again. He's very mean to me in super chats on Friday Night Tights. I take that very seriously, and I would appreciate it if you just don't say his name anymore. Thank you very much. Of course, we love Roland. He's awesome. MAGA Mike says, wow, that's thanks to a chatter. I looked up, and Charlie Kirk, in fact, did introduce J.D. Vance to Don Jr., and the rest is history. Wow. Yep. Kevin Cross says, Trump Vance is the MJ Pippin, a great duo. Predon Corp says, Jeremy, No More Beardos is Ozzy's song, No More Tears. I can't stop hearing it. Somebody make it, please. You hear that, memers? Harley Dave says, Jeremy, they are out of touch until it hits home. Slain Hope says, Joe's parroting morons. He's never heard of Charlie. Little Jim's Halo says, stop watching Sweeney clips. It makes me feel weird. Vicky says, Tim is right. Joe is acting very cowardly. How are you? I'm good, thank you. And I agree with Tim, shockingly enough. Z Herbs and Spices says, I don't think people hate or even would largely disagree with Charlie. Most are just told he is bad and believes it. Trump is the best example, as many go off the lies they are told, even J.K. Rowling too. Yep, agreed. Harley says, Jeremy, seriously, how much for Krista to design a proper JD beach ball? I mean, I can throw a number, but I'd have to talk to her first. But, you know, Maga Mike says, the boys are back in town and we are winning bigly. Cancel them back with your wallets. By the way, cancel Xbox and Netflix. If you know, you know. Man, the Xbox is having. I'm sure this can be discussed on Daily tomorrow, but it's bad. Eric K says the mods tried to fire Jeremy off CobraCast, and for negative and poor performance, he just refused to leave. Hell yeah, fuck it. Taco Woman Sandy Ravish says the bloodlust and giddiness of the left is effed up. Slain Hope says, I was fascinated with the war and history as a kid, so I've always known that there was no monster ever imagined that is worse than what mankind is capable of. Maga Mike says, I smoke weed all the time, and I'm still one of you. Don't judge me. I'm part Native Indian. Eric K says, in the words of Dennis Green, they are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook 1,000%. Now, I have got another stream, because you know how Wednesdays are. So if you guys are interested, we're going to be playing Mario Kart World with our locals members over on the Geeks and Gamers Play channel. And I don't know if that's event's even set up yet or not. It is set up. Can you believe it? Beardo actually did it. Wow. But yeah, so I wanted to get this in. So this is the second stream of the day. Now, don't forget, I'm traveling a lot next week. Does that mean no streams? Absolutely not. It means that we're going to be doing truck video streams, and it's going to be awesome. So, yes. And so that will be happening. Live streams from the road should be interesting. Not sure how it's going to go, but we'll figure it out. And Harley Dave says, Jeremy is trying to read super chats so he can go play games. Harley knows me way too well. You know me way too well. All right. So I'll see you guys over there if you're interested in hanging out. But the truck stream should be good. It's going to be awesome. Laughing Man says, I always forget to play the damn clip. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm looking for it now. I'm trying to stall. Here it is. Damn! One more time. Damn! It's such a good clip. Muller says this super chat is here to delay the gaming stream. Hell yeah. Haas von Butterdutch says to help the delay along. Look at you guys. How can you have a better group? People are like, we're going to send you money just to delay so you can go make more money playing video games. The best chat on the internet, and it's not even close. Harley says, I try my best to delay Jeremy. Laughing Man's just doing what Laughing Man does. Poor car, yes. Haas von Butterdot says, the delay came with cash. Look at that. The best chat on the internet. What is this? Oh, yeah, okay, I saw that one earlier. So, all right. So thank you guys. If you guys want to come over, hang out with us over on the gaming stream, I would appreciate seeing you there. Have a good night, and I'll see you probably a stream tomorrow during the day, because we have an event tomorrow. So stream during the day. I'll be back during the day before I hit the road, because I don't hit the road till Friday. Have a good night. John Murdoch for Tid says delay. Muller says delay. Drunk 3PO says hail Snake Pit. Jay's going to be playing Mario Kart with us. All right. And the rest of the crew. I haven't played Mario Kart in like fucking, it's been like, it feels like 3 weeks. So anyway, thank you guys. Have a good night, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Damn it, Bird Up. If we delay the gaming stream long enough, it'll be next week and they'll be playing Among Us. I got your super chat at least, okay? Harley Dave with $1.27. Z Herbs and Spices says, after seeing the Peacemaker Alternative Universe is a Nazi, I finally understood why Az got so angry with pronouns. It's all they have. It's boring. There we go. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to Slain Hope says, what's your opinion on pineapple on pizza? I hate it. And it makes me not like Gary. Okay. Have a good night. I'll see you on gaming. Bye, everyone. Delay. Bye, everyone.